Hello, whiskey. That's how the whiskey would talk.
The whiskey's gonna talk,
Oh,
not you.
My bad. I forgot what we were doing here.
Welcome to the Whiskey Laymen. I'm Mac. He's Matt. Today we're gonna take a look at Old Forester. Matt, what do you know about Old Forester?
Not really much. I've tried it once, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds old, based on the name.
That makes sense.
Something about the name that makes me think it's old. I'm not really sure what.
It says 1870.
That must be it, yeah.
Okay.
A forest is a place where trees grow, so maybe this is going to taste kind of woody.
Okay.
That's all I really know.
All right. Well, what do you think about the bottle?
I like the bottle a lot.
Okay. Why do you like the bottle?
It has a very clean look to me. It has like a nice square label, respectable looking font. The shape of the bottle is nice.
He's a writer. He's big into fonts.
I like fonts. I like a good font. But yeah, I like it. I like the bottle. I like the color. I like the blue trim, the gold borders, the nice gold at the bottom of the label where it says 86 proof. It's a really nice looking bottle to me. It feels classy, elegant, and kind of old fashioned without being out of date.
Okay. Doesn't have. It's not square. It's not a rectangle.
It's not.
It's circular.
It's a traditional shaped bottle. It's got the raised lettering.
It's got a seal.
Yeah, the
You know.
seal is it's like a certificate of quality or something. It makes me think.
I hope so. It's not super complex of a label. It gets the job done, and it looks nice doing it.
Yeah, it looks like they're a company that wants to look respectable, but wants to let the whiskey do the talking for them. They're not like all about flashy advertisement.
Well-
on their bottle at least.
Shall we let it do the talking then?
Yeah, let's let it do its talking into our glasses. Hello, whiskey. That's how the whiskey would talk.
The whiskey's gonna talk,
Oh,
not you.
My bad. I forgot what we were doing here.
This bottle's pretty good for pouring. We've had some bottles that are interesting for pouring things.
Nice golden, kind of golden brown color that we've now seen at every bourbon we've tried. I believe it kind of had the same kind of color palette.
Yes.
It smells really good.
It's not a super pronounced smell. It smells a little sweet, maybe.
Yeah.
And oaky?
A little bit sweet smell is what I'm mainly getting out of this. The vanilla that I think we've come to expect from
Bourbons.
and
Or maybe all whiskeys.
most
even.
whiskeys. Yeah. I like the smell.
I'm getting like either a faint, very, very faint banana or
Yeah, I see what you mean.
maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's a very, very faint smell. I'm curious what it's going to taste like.
Yeah, it's a subtly fruity smell. I don't think of banana as having a really pungent, strong smell to it, so I could see banana. I can see bananas because they're yellow. They're very easy to see. Kind of a dry taste, I would say.
I'm getting kind of more from the aftertaste than the initial taste of it, I think.
Huh. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of a very subtle, mellow taste at first that builds in your throat as you swallow it.
Yeah. I'm getting more of that oaky flavor, but also maybe licorice, almost.
Oh, wow. I didn't notice that at all. I also don't eat licorice hardly ever. I don't even know if I could tell you what licorice tastes like.
It tastes very similar to kind of the faintness in this drink.
Oh, that's helpful.
It's sticking around for a while in the throat, the taste is. Or at least the slight burn. I don't think this burns as much as some of the other bourbons we've had, though.
I agree. Yeah, it burns less than Bullet did. It burns less than Elijah Craig did. Still burns more than some whiskeys we've had, though. But in terms of bourbons, it probably burns the leastest.
Are you okay? This is rather pleasant. I like this. I think I'm starting to develop a taste for bourbon.
Oh, okay. That's Probably good. It's a good thing for Americans to appreciate the whiskey that their country is known for, right?
Could be.
I haven't been a big fan of bourbons so far. I'll be completely honest with that. Of the bourbons I've tried, I dislike this one the least. That is to say, it's my favorite bourbon we've tried so far. But I don't want to use the word favorite because I don't want to imply that I love it.
Okay.
What do you score this? Before I give my score, what do you
right.
score this on 0 to 10?
Well, 6.75. Where 5 is something that I would drink all the time.
This guy and his decimals.
Oh, okay. It's a 67 out of 100.
We can't change the scale.
Then allow me to have decimals.
Okay, I am going to give this one, Old Forester, a 4.9 repeating.
Really?
Yeah. It's not quite a 5, but it is as close as you can get to a 5 without being a 5. It'll just never actually get to 5, though. Just 9s for infinity. Just so many 9s.
He says that I'm the problem.
I'm just following the trend that you started here.
What do you think actually is in here? Should we go to the official literature?
Yes, let's find out what Old Forester says is in this whiskey.
Old Forester bourbon whiskey, created in 1870, is the only bourbon continuously distilled and marketed by the founding family before, during, and after Prohibition.
Wow.
Do we think they were doing that legally?
That's a good question.
Another story, I suppose.
Yeah, I do want to quickly say, though, too, we've talked recently about how a lot of these whiskeys like to give their kind of family story on their websites. And it seems like almost every whiskey we've come across has some kind of claim of being the oldest in this criteria, like the oldest American whiskey, the oldest whiskey that's been continuously distilled since it was founded, the oldest whiskey that's been distilled by its family, the oldest whiskey in the blah 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 state. It's interesting how whiskey companies seem to want to associate quality with age, which I guess makes sense because whiskey is an aged liquor. It's just funny how they all seem to want to claim that they've been doing something, some unique thing for the most time.
Yeah, I agree.
The aroma, sharp and sweet, with strong floral character that swirls with hints of mint, rich tobacco leaf, and vanilla.
Tobacco leaf?
Not sure about the tobacco leaf.
I mean, I know what cigarette smoke smells like secondhand, but is that what tobacco leaf smells like? We're going to have to go, experience all of these
Flavors.
scents
Yes.
and flavors in nature, individually, one by one, so that we can then have that link in our memory to what these things smell and taste like.
Obviously.
Or we could just keep making stuff up on our YouTube channel.
The taste is a touch of oak and pine, provides a strong underpinning. Sharp at first, but softens quickly with hints of oak, sweet corn, and rye grain character. Spicy with soft vanilla and light orange notes.
So maybe the hidden flavor here that I wasn't really able to describe well is the rye.
But yeah, what my limited understanding of rye is that it's kind of like a spicy flavor to it. Maybe?
There was a little bit of spicy flavor here.
Agreed. There was spiciness in this for sure. Not like hot spicy, like nutmeg and cinnamon spicy kind of. Yeah.
The finish, long, warm, and slightly drying, nice level of sweetness.
I said drying. I did say it had a dry taste to it.
I would agree with all those notes.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't come out and say them all up front.
Yeah, I don't know. We were never going to pick out tobacco leaf.
No, never.
One last fun fact is Old Forester had their 150th anniversary in 2020.
Wow.
Well, congratulations to you, Old Forester. You truly are old.
So, we have the rating, we have the flavors. Final thoughts?
This was the best bourbon I've tried so far of the very limited number of bourbons I've tried. If this is a sign of things to come, it makes me interested in trying more bourbons. Wasn't my favorite whiskey we've tried by any means, but also was okay. And you?
I liked it. I would put it kind of middle of the roads with the ones we've done so far.
Okay.
I think that, as with a lot of whiskeys, it could come down to the day of the week or what meal could have been had earlier. I think that there are times when I would enjoy this more than other times. But for the most part, I find it very pleasant. I would definitely drink this again.